In the heart of the early 1800s, when America was divided by slavery, war, and a fight for freedom, there lived a man whose name few people know today. His name was Joseph Richard Winters. He was an inventor, a poet, an abolitionist, and a man who quietly left his mark on history. Joseph Richard Winters was born in Leesburg, Virginia in the early 1800s. His father was an African-American brickmaker, and his mother carried Shawnee Indian heritage. And from her, Joseph inherited a deep love of nature and healing plants. But Virginia wasn't a state that was a safe place for free black families during that time. So when Joseph was still a boy, the family moved north to Chambersburg, Pennsylvania, just across the Mason-Dixon line. When there, Joseph grew up learning the value of hard work. He farmed the land, he worked as a railroad mechanic, he hunted, he fished, and he crafted tools. Those who knew him said he was close to nature, but they also saw a thinker and a dreamer. By the mid-1800s, America was burning with the question of slavery, and Joseph Winters took his stand. He became part of the Underground Railroad, helping enslaved men and women escape to freedom in the North. He risked his safety, his freedom, and even his life. Some say Winters helped arrange a meeting between Frederick Douglass and John Brown before the famous raid on Harper's Ferry. Whether that story is fact or legend, one thing is certain: Joseph Winters stood for freedom. When he wasn't rescuing others, he used his words as weapons of truth. He wrote poems and songs and lyrics filled with both pain and hope. One of the best known works was 10 days after the Battle of Gettysburg, described the shock and sorrow that followed the battle fought in his own hometown. But Winters wasn't only a poet. He was a problem solver, an inventor. Back then, fires were one of the greatest dangers in every city. And firefighters used heavy wooden ladders that were slow and awkward to use. Many times people were trapped in burning buildings and had no way out. Winters saw that problem and designed a better way. On May 7, 1878, Joseph Winters received a U.S. patent for a wagon-mounted fire escape ladder. Picture this now, a horse-drawn wagon carrying a strong, extendable metal ladder, faster, lighter, and safer than anything before it. Just 1 year later, Winters improved the design and earned another patent, and by 1882, he patented a version that could be permanently attached to a building, known now as fire escapes. His ladders were used right there in Chambersburg, saving lives and inspiring others to think differently. Now, Joseph Winters wasn't the very first to dream of a fire escape, but he made the idea practical and durable. And he did it in a time when African Americans were rarely given the chance to be inventors at all. He continued to write, to build, and to inspire. He lived a long, full life, passing in 1916 at the age of 92 in Chambersburg, Pennsylvania. Nearly a century later, in 2005, the state of Pennsylvania honored him with an historical marker, a permanent reminder that his life mattered and his inventions saved lives. Who was Joseph T. Winters? He was a man of faith rooted in both African and Native traditions, a man of courage who risked everything for the freedom of others, a man of creativity whose poetry gave voice to his people, and a man of innovation who used his mind to make his community safer. He may not appear in every history textbook, but his story reminds us that greatness doesn't always shout. Sometimes it whispers through the hands of builders, the pens of poets, and the hearts of dreamers who refuse to be forgotten. I hope that this message inspires you and gets you to pursue your goals and your dreams. God bless and have a wonderful day.